Well, here we are in Moscow, Russia. I want to show you guys what I consider the latest and greatest e-meter. This is it right here. It's got two ports. One of them's a mini USB, which is what we use to charge it, and we have a on and off button here. Now this is a green blinking LED, means it's operational. As you can see, it's just a one-hand operation. Perfect for solo. It's wireless. It runs on Bluetooth. I've got a little tablet here, and they're just connected. This is a fully customizable according to colors and needle sizes and widths and so forth. Right now, sensitivity is set on 15. All we do is hold a button here. So now we got it down to sensitivity 5. We've got two things. We've got the needle itself that's showing up here, and if you notice here on the bottom, we've got a graph that's you can see here. I'm just gently squeezing the cans. I don't know if you can really tell. It's not very much. And we can see the graph. We can also take the graph out. We can also have a text function here, so all we have to do is copy text or something like that and just paste it into the window here if we want to make notes. We've got our buttons, the selection here. We can turn the buttons back on, so we've got all the buttons here on the bottom if we need to see that. We can turn the buttons off, of course. Now we've got a full screen. We can take the graph out. Now we have a full screen dial. Now this is, on this little tablet, this is much bigger than a normal Mark V or anything else. We've got quite a good sized screen. On the left hand corner it shows us our instant TA. I let go there and I'm squeezing it, and it's showing us where the TA is at any time. Now if we go into app settings, we can change the arrow inertia. If we take the inertia out, it's at 75 now, but we can lower the inertia. It means how fast does the needle move. This programs a little bit of mass into an electronic needle. It's a little bit jerky if you have low inertia. We have here a sensitivity correction, which changes the sensitivity according to higher TA. This is one of the wonderful things here. It's this body motion trespass. You can set it for how much TA. Now, if you see here, I'm doing, see the red blinking there? What this is doing is, let me turn this off here a second. It's just telling us that the TA is not adding up. If we go back into our graph and our buttons again, now I'm going to start the session. Now it's adding it up. Now you see the little red hand comes up here. That means that it's not adding the TA up at that time. Now I'm just got this is basically one finger tapping on the can. The way I've got there, you see the little hand come on? That means that it's bypassed the limits of where I consider to be body motion. This is just one finger on the can, very slow. See, now if I tap it a little harder, all of a sudden it just put on the little hand. It's not adding up the TA, and you can also have a time setting in here. Go to app settings. I've got it set right now, body trespass or body motion time. Now this won't add up the TA for 1 second. You can make it as long as you want or as short as you want. I think, I don't know, let's see, 1/2, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. You could set it up to 5 seconds. Now, well, there's 3.5. So once I've got body motion, see the little hand just went off. Now I'm going to make body motion 1, 2, 3, 4, about 3.5 seconds. It's not adding it up. So for me, I think right around 1 second is good enough. See, the little hand will stay on for about a second. It's not adding up the TA there. And if we look down here, I'll turn this off. We look down here at the TA counter. See, as long as I'm doing body motion, the thing is on. Now if I go a little slower and start giving it some TA, see, it's adding up to TA now. As long as I don't have that certain speed in there. This is actually, the meter was given to me as a present, and I requested this function. If you see there on the graph, this is just like one finger kind of tapping. I've not exceeded the amount of movement of the needle that's going to start bypassing the TA. Now a little more, and it's bypassing the TA. If you notice here, big body motion, which is what I'm doing with the cans here now, is not adding up on the TA at all. So even though it's moving around, the TA is staying the same. I'm just rotating the cans in my hand. The TA is the same. And if I quit doing that, the little hand goes off, and now it'll be adding the TA. I'll just put a little in here. See, there's a tenth, another tenth. I hit body motion there. So this is just a gentle, slow can squeeze, and it's adding up all of that TA. The minute that I go past the limits I've set, it doesn't add up to TA. Even though over here on the side it's showing me what the instant TA is, the last TA is still staying at 5.4. So anyway, this is a wonderful setting here for a meter. Enables you to do a great many things. Now here's another thing about the meter. Now if we want to use this on a PC instead of solo, this is just kind of a blank can here. On this end of the meter we've got a mini USB plug. Once we plug this in, there we go, I've got this plugged in. Now this is, if you hold the meter in one hand, nothing happens. And you can see here, see the TA is not moving at all. But the minute we put two hands in it, now we've got the meter reading again. It's the same thing. So basically we have two dual cans. We've got a little thing here. One of the things about this meter that I found is tremendous. These cans, the PC is free. He's not pinned down to the meter. You don't get his foot tangled up in the meter cords or anything else. There's basically no connection at all to the meter. It's just Bluetooth, and one of the things that I found is that PCs, within about 5 or 10 minutes, you can just see them relax. They get very relaxed because they're not hooked up to the meter. And of course, anything that makes a PC a little more comfortable is going to be better for your auditing session. to charge this last, I left it on just to see, leave it on constantly. This stays charged for about 2.5 days. Turned off, you just press the button and turn it back on. You just press the button here, it's recessed a little bit, there we go. Now it's back on again. So we've got about 2.5 days on the can, so you just plug it into a mini USB, which is what I've got here. Try and do this one-handed, but you can see it has an amber light on, tells you it's charging. You could also hook this up and it will work. Let's see, will it work plugged in? No, it won't work plugged in. So it has to be charged. You can't hook it up while it's plugged in. I thought maybe you could, but apparently not. But anyway, this is quite a wonderful little meter. It's fairly cheap. I think they're, I'm not sure exactly what, about $500. These are the second size up. Now I got pretty big hands, but this is fine for me, and I find even, you know, girls, these cans are good enough. There's a size smaller than this and a size bigger than this. Anyway, this is called the iMeter. It's made by a wonderful fellow here in Russia. It's not really picking this up very well, but I'll try to put a text file of his site, and so you can contact him or you can contact me and buy one of these, what I consider the state-of-the-art meters. I have another meter that will run the Windows or run in Macs or various formats. It's called a theta meter, but it's quite a bit more complicated than this. It's a little square thing. It works really good as far as the meter goes, but you just use normal 1/4 inch leads and cans. This one, for my money, is the state of the art. It's as far as the meter itself goes, running in your little laptop or your little tablet, it works very well. It's wonderfully sensitive. You can change the sensitivity all the way to where it don't make any sense at all to be trying to running it like that, which is excellent for OT levels and so forth. And it goes right down to the lowest sensitivity that you could imagine. So for my money and for my recommendation, this is the best meter that you can buy. So that's what I have to say about that, and I hope you enjoyed this little video.